Hello. Hi. I'm so excited. I've actually lost my voice a little bit, so I do apologize for that. Um, that my voice will sound a little bit weird in this live. And so if you're watching back on this video, I do apologize in advance. But not to worry, I'm here anyway and ready to have a chat about homeschool planning in general, but specifically about the Easy Way Homeschool Planner. So I'll just introduce myself. My name is Jamie, for those who don't know who I am. I've been homeschooling for 11 years. This will be the 11th year that I'll be closing, which is just insane to me. And I've been creating planners for about 8 years. So I've never had a planner have a name before. These are the last 4 planners that I've had. Unfortunately, in our move to Queensland, I ended up losing my previous planners somewhere in the moving process, which was real big gut-wrenching time for me when we first moved. But I've come to terms with it, and I'm happy to be able to have from 2019 onwards. So every year I've felt led to have a different theme. So in 2019, that theme was designed to be a planner used for reporting anywhere in Australia. It had everything that every state would need, all in the one book, ready for you to just put in your information and then be right and ready to go through the reporting process, regardless of where you were. In 2020, that was all about really diving into your family and learning memories and thinking about schooling as one big memory and learning adventure. And then 2021, which is this year, it was really just designed about just capturing the year that was, the year that is. And so 2021 is all about getting back to the basics. It's all about cutting out the fluff and keeping it super simple. And that's how I came up with the name, The Easy Way, because truly, keeping things as simple as possible and keeping things easy is really what homeschool planning should really be about. Okay, so what does it mean to keep it simple? It basically means getting rid of all the extra bits of planning that we often feel we in a planner, but really we never use it. Everyone plans and records differently, and there's no right one way, but there are certainly ways that you could do less with still achieving the results of your overall purpose of recording, which is to record what you're learning and plan what you're learning in homeschool, in your whole homeschool life. So it's designed as a print and go planner. So that means if you just hit double-sided printing, it will just be ready for you to just start using as soon as you've finished with the printer, instead of having multiple different spreads where you have to sort of collate and put the planner together. This will just streamline it, make it super easy for you to just print and get going. So let's dive in and have a look at what this planner is all about. So what do we actually need? Well, obviously, it'll depend on the purpose and why we're recording. And most people would say they're recording because they have to for their reporting purpose, for the reporting process. And yes, I'm registered in Queensland, and that means every 10 months I have to report back what my son has learned. But a few years ago, I shifted my perspective, which I'll get to in a second, and decided that although I have that obligation, it doesn't inspire me to get my planner out. When I think about the fact that I have to plan, it doesn't make me want to get my planner out. I often forget it. I would forget about it, and soon the year would go by and I wouldn't even remember what it was that we had done. And I am a natural organizer, and so this was quite different for me because I simply wasn't planning or recording, because it was, I guess, all about the vibe of why I was doing it. So as soon as I turned it around, and I decided that it was actually to keep memories for my family, so I can look back on the planner and back on what we have learned, almost like with nostalgia. And so once I shifted that perspective, it really inspired me. And now my planner lives out in the open, and I find myself writing in it all the time, at least every, I go through seasons. So it'll be, where I will be writing in it every day, and then I won't for a few weeks, and then I won't write in it again for a couple of weeks. And then again, it cycles through, because I don't feel like I have to record everything that we do. And I don't plan ahead. I record as we go. So that's how I'm different. But, and I'll explain how I use my planner a little bit later. But shifting my perspective really enabled me to want to plan and want to record. So, like I said, it was all about keeping the memories of the learning adventures that we were having alive. And I've had diaries since I was around 10. And when I read back on them, most of the events I can remember. And I really like that. And I want to be able to create that picture for my kids as well, to look back on their time and be able to be nostalgic about their life, really. So that's how I view my planner. And as I was saying, I plan in real time. So as you can see in this picture over here on the left, my planner is actually out just behind my laptop. And I was recording what he was doing while he was doing his science lesson. This is our Ludo, while he was doing that. And obviously I didn't take my planner to the beach on that day, but it was something that I came back and recorded what we had done, and the things that I could see, the incidental learning that he had done, and same with these other events. So all within the purpose of keeping those moments alive. And I mean, they're not all amazing, but so many are. And I love looking back at all of them, regardless if it was one of these top moments or not. So how can this planner be used to help you, regardless if you choose to not view planning in that way, where you would just like to have a planner to just help you ease your mind and take away the strain of homeschool life and stress. So here are the main spreads. I'm just going to take a drink of water. I do apologize. I like I said, I have lost my voice. So here are the main spreads. So in my planner, it is designed to lay flat, so you can see both sides, the left-hand side and the right-hand side, at any time, if that's, how you want it to be displayed. And that's how I prefer it to be displayed. So here is the term spread. Okay, so you'll have on this side here, you've got term 1 and a calendar date, like a calendar view with some notes underneath. Now, I have broken this planner up into 4 terms. That is the terminology that that is used within the school, but for me, I don't follow a school term. So I've left all of the dates blank. Like I haven't identified when school terms are, because really it's up to you. It's your homeschool journey. It's your homeschool life. So it should be up to you when you start school. So for me, when I get my planner, I'll be highlighting in these calendar dates when we, really start back, or because I have decided to take a break over December and January. So here's the main spread. And on the right-hand side, you've got a term 1 overview where you've got a notes section. You've got your excursions and your outing. You've got resources that you're going to use this term. And then I've done something a little bit different in this planner. I've broken up 6 different lined sections for you to write out the subjects or the goals that you're going to focus on in this term. There are so many different ways that you can use this spread and use these 6, I guess, lined areas. Depending on how many children you have, you can have, either a column or a box for each of your children or each of your goals, each of the subjects. There are so many different ways that you can go about using this template to help you write out the subjects or goals that you're going to focus on, whether that is retrospectively or into the future. And then on this side, you've got what would be you'll see every day. So that these 2 here are the ones that you are going to have the most pages of. So it is a dated planner this year. So this little, I don't know what color it is, like a beigey, it's not really beige, but we'll call it beige, line goes down each week so that you can see where you're at within the calendar month. And then on the top left, you've got events this week, and then the goals, any goals that you might have that you might be looking at for this week. And then on the right-hand side, it's just blank for you to be able to write whatever it is that you feel you need to draw yourself attention to this week. And then you've got the 6 boxed days, 1 for the weekend. So the weekend is dated as well, but it's just all together in one box. And within each of the day boxes, you've got on the left-hand side a spot for your subjects, and then on the right-hand side, a spot for your resources. Now, these 6 boxes has carried over from the 2021 planner. I loved this spread. I really appreciated having the subject and then the resources space every week. It wasn't dated. 2021 is not dated. And that was something that bugged me all year, which is exactly why this particular year is dated. So hello to you for joining, and I really appreciate you joining in. So I'm just talking about now the main spreads of the planner, and how I really wished that the 2021 was dated. And that's the biggest reason why all of the changes that I've made to this spread are the things that I really, really had been thinking about all year that I wished was in the 2021 planner. So then on the right-hand side, you've got your weekly notes. Now, this spread, the left-hand side and the right-hand side, this is very, very similar to the 2021 planner. And like I was saying, I loved it. And I've had feedback from other people how much they loved it as well. It just gives you just the ultimate flexibility to write down whatever it is that suits you. Every week could very well be different. Depending on how many children you have, you can, block out little spaces for each of your kids, or you can just write notes for them. I've just lost where I was. Am I here? Yeah. So, so this spread is what you will see most of the time because there's 52 weeks in the year. So there's 52 of this spread. And so, like I was saying before, it is dated and blocked out every 3 months. So term 1, you decide the dates, but go from January, February, March, and then it follows the weekly pages, and then it would be term 2, April, May, June, and so on and so forth. All right. So here is another, the very beginning of the planner. So the front page, and I've written you a little heartfelt message that I felt drawn to doing for you. And that's the very front cover. And then you've got the year calendar and your year overview. And that's one spread. And that only happens once. So you've got a little note section up the top, and then 4 boxes with the terms outlaid for you to just write with ultimate flexibility about what, either retrospectively, like I will, or planning ahead on the basically like a brief overview of what it is that you would like to teach in the year. So I've broken it up into 2. Each term has 2 separate. Oops, I keep clicking. So sorry. I'm still learning this program that I'm doing this on, and I keep forgetting that if I click, it changes the slides. So I do apologize for that. So each term box is broken into 2 columns, I'd say, and it's designed to give you that ultimate flexibility on if you want to do each column for each child, or just keep writing, have it maybe where subjects that you want to look at or units you want to look at on one side, and then lesson ideas for each of your kids on the other side. So just ultimate flexibility for you to just have a yearly overview with your calendar. And like I said, for me, I'll just be highlighting in the calendar exactly when my term will start. So okay, yeah. All right. So then we go to the subject spread. So the subject spread it goes through all of the national curriculum subjects are mentioned. And so we've got English, HASS, science and technology, maths, and so on. And each of the format is the same. So you've got term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4 in the boxes, and that will just help you give you an overview of the things that you are going to look at in each of the terms, and then a nice big rectangle for all your resources that you're going to use, and then any notes or reflections that you want to do after the fact or before the fact for each of the subjects. And again, this is going back to keeping it simple. So the whole purpose and the idea behind this planner, as I was saying at the beginning, is to keep things simple. We don't need to record everything. We don't need to make this process arduous and complicated and time-consuming and painful. We really don't. If we can just get back to basics, this is the basics, and this is what we should be focusing on, then it really is the way forward, in my opinion, for this year. That's what this whole purpose of this planner is for. I'm just going to take a second here because I've just realized I've not done a live at 6 o'clock before, and I'm losing light. So I'm just going to duck and turn the light on. I do apologize. I should have thought of that. First, but That's just what happens sometimes in life. You don't think of these things until you've lived them, right? It's just a lived experience, right? And I definitely wasn't going to cancel, even though I've lost my voice from earlier today. I just wanted to make sure that I was here with you. So I do apologize again. So that is the subject spread. And I'm going to just draw your attention really quickly to the right side of the right page. It has a quote or a message for you on that side of the page. I don't know if you can see it. It's in a maroon type, maroon font color. And it's my hope that the quote placed in that spot is just what you needed in that week. I thought about every quote that I wrote, and I really was trying to be as intentional as possible, and hopefully that, at that time of the year, you'll be reading something that you actually really needed to hear, or something that will inspire you, or something that will give you that bit of a smile on your face, maybe. So, all right. So, yep. So I've already explained this spread here previously. So it'll just continue on throughout the terms. And then this is the end of the year reflection. It's just a 2-page lined for you to just go to town, write anything and everything that you have reflected on throughout the year, or don't write anything at all if you don't want to. I really appreciate these sections of the planner because it really gives me just that 20 minutes to sit back and just think about the year that has been. Like I said at the beginning, I have been doing planning for in my diary and things for quite some time. So I really do appreciate this part here. Okay, so now we're just at the done. We're finished. And so I have hopefully answered your questions in a way that you can see, how this planner will work for you, and see how planning can be kept simple and easy. And so I had a look at the post earlier today and I didn't see any messages, so any questions or anything. But if there are in the future, please send me a DM on Instagram. I'm only a message away. And also you can send me an email. There's a quick little button inside my profile on Instagram where you can just send me an email, and I'm just more than happy to help answer any questions, whether it's in regards to my planner or just homeschool planning in general, because this is something I love doing and have been doing it for a while, and just really can geek out on all kinds of aspects of planning, from paper quality to ink to just everything basically. So yeah, hit me up with any messages or questions if you have any. And I hope that this video has helped you feel like you can keep your homeschool planning as simple and easy as possible, and you don't have to make it arduous. So thank you so much for coming in live or watching afterwards. I really do appreciate it. Truly, thank you so much. I hope you have a great night. Bye-bye.